Jokes aren't our scene.
No, I'm not. I'm the least humorous person in the world.
Did you get that? That was
It happens.
After a string of hits in the early 80s, the Human League have stormed back into the charts this year with Tell Me When. They've never left their hometown, so where better to talk to the band than their own recording studio here in Sheffield.
One man in my heart, one man in my head.
One Man in My Heart is the follow-up to Tell Me When, which did phenomenally well. What do you put that down to?
I think it was very radio friendly. It sounded great on the radio, and I don't think anybody's ever really had a lot of animosity towards the Human League, because we've always lived in Sheffield. We've never really courted the press or anything, so we've never had a sort of backlash where people have wanted to sort of say nasty things or anything.
Philip, you once said that pop music should be about rebellion. How do you think Human League are rebellious?
I still think that we are fairly subversive. I've sort of enjoyed. We've just been doing the video for One Man, which, like, on the surface, I think can be seen as a sort of fairly twee-ish, country-ish song. But it starts up with one of the dopiest sounds you've ever heard in your life, and the noises that are going through the verse, these silly little blip-blop sounds. I don't know how we've got away with it, but I still think that we're making records that don't conform to anyone else's plan.
You've managed to stay together for a long time. What do you put that down to?
One of the things that the three of us have got in common is that we never wanted to be in a pop group. It was never something that we, you know, when you're like 15 and 14 at school, that, oh, I'm going to be a pop star or something. We all sort of fell into it, but we really saw the group as a long-term thing, not as a fly-by-night thing, not just to be famous for 15 minutes.
Human League were the sound of the 1980s. Do you think Human League could be the sound of 1995?
I've got a really clear aim now. I want to make the best record of the 1990s, the best album of the 1990s, you know, which, and we got this from Joe Callis, who writes with us sometimes, who's got a clear vision of things, and he says the best record of the 1970s was Ziggy Stardust, the best record of the 1980s was Purple Rain. It's still open for the 90s, and that should be us.